evening. I'm Dr. Anna Stubblefield, Interim Superintendent of Lawrence Public Schools. I'm pleased to welcome you to the 2018 One Dream event, our Martin Luther King Jr. Community Celebration. We hear repeatedly of the dream of Dr. King, his beliefs and fight for equality and justice for all. Dr. King will always be remembered for his legacy, his vision, and his bold acts of courage to blaze a trail that many generations will continue to uphold. This is highlighted in the words of Ms. Coretta Scott King, who served as the chair of the Martin Luther King Jr. Federal Holiday Commission and founding president of the Martin Luther King Jr. Center for Nonviolent Social Change. Mrs. King once said, "As a nation chooses its heroes and heroines, a nation interprets its history and shapes its destiny." The commemoration of the life and work of Martin Luther King Jr. can help America realize its true destiny as the global model for democracy, economic and social justice, and as the first nonviolent society in human history. So tonight's event honors those in our community and schools who have committed to doing their part so the dream comes to fruition as our reality and shapes our destiny as a community, school district, and a society. I wish to extend my sincere appreciation to our One Dream Committee, combined with school district and community members, who have worked countless hours each year to make this event more phenomenal than its previous year, since the premiere in 2015. I don't know about anyone else, but I look forward to this event every year and browsing the gallery. If you haven't had a chance to walk through the gallery, please do so at the end of the ceremony. This year's gallery displays feature many student projects honoring hidden figures who have supported Dr. King's dream in a worldwide quest for equality and equity. At this time, I would like to introduce your Masters of Ceremony for the evening. Our Ruth Gathenguri, a junior at Lawrence Free State, and Joaquin Case, a senior, also at Lawrence Free State High School. Ruth is a member of Student Council, Can We Talk, in the varsity swim team. Amidst all of her academics and extracurricular activities, she balances work at the Sunset Hills Boys and Girls Club site. Her character and leadership with BGC have created opportunities for her, as she is currently a candidate for the Boys and Girls Club Youth of the Year. With all these involvements, keeping high energy is likely critical, which probably explains her loves for fries and 90s R&B. Nothing keeps the energy popping like carbs and music. Here's Ruth. Joaquin has been involved on the Free State soccer team, SCCLA, and is now involved in the Free State choir and track. He is also an active member in the student organization Can We Talk. Joaquin anticipates a future an architect, and in his spare time he takes pleasure in messing around on electric piano keys. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our Masters of Ceremony, Ruth and Joaquin.
Thank you, Dr. Stubblefield, for such a great introduction. This is a phenomenal event, and I am pleased to serve in this capacity. Dr. King is such an icon in this world.
I'm truly honored to be here as well, and even more excited to be an MC this evening alongside my peer. This week, our nation honors an American icon, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., with courage and conviction. Dr. King's leadership of the modern American civil rights movement provided tremendous progress towards racial equality in America. In standing up and speaking out for fairness and equality, Dr. King has helped us shape a brighter tomorrow for all communities.
With that being said, it is our opportunity that a ceremony this extraordinary to continue with honors who have followed suit, continuing to ensure that his dream becomes a reality. This evening you will see school district staff, students, community members honored for roles served in fulfilling legacy. We would like to direct your attention to the screen briefly to hear congratulatory celebratory wishes from 2017 MLK High School Character recipient and Free State alum, Francisco Flores.
My name is Francisco Flores, freshman at KU, Free State alumnus, and winner of the Martin Luther King Character Award 2017. I'm unfortunately unable to attend this year's event. However, I would like to extend congratulations to all of the nominees for this year. You all have demonstrated outstanding commitment to community service, given inspiration to your peers, created a diverse community of learners and educators, and done all of these things with exemplary character. To be mentioned in the same breath as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is an honor that very few may achieve. So I challenge all of you to continue to work hard, give back to those who have helped you in the past, look forward to those you can help now and in the future, and dream big as Dr. King once did. Congratulations.
Congratulations to all of our 2018 nominees. May you all take heart to the words of Francisco. Dr. King's legacy is one that impacts far more than blacks and white people. Tonight, we welcome educational moments and tributes from many racial perspectives, cultures, and ethnicities that continue to move the dream and mission of Dr. King forward in our world today. We will refer to these readings of hidden figures as cultural moments. Here to start our evening is Dominique Van with our first cultural moment.
Reverend Dr. William Barber II, President of the North Carolina NAACP, catalyzed a new progressive movement through Moral Monday, protests against a conservative takeover of state politics. The Moral Monday movement grew quickly, each week attracting larger and larger crowds, sometimes topping 10,000 protesters, and branching out to other cities and towns across North Carolina. Over an 18-week period, about 1,000 people were arrested to draw attention to politicians who have slashed unemployment compensation for 170,000 people, increased taxes on the poor and middle class while cutting them for the wealthy individuals and large corporations, turned down federal Medicaid funds for 500,000 residents, enacted harsh anti-abortion legislation, severely cut education funds, and adopted the nation's strictest voter suppression law. Barber 50 has served as pastor of Greenleaf Christian Church in Goldsboro, North Carolina since 1993. Elected head of state NAACP in 2005, he led a voter registration effort that added more than 442,000 new voters. As a public base of the Moral Mondays movement, Barber, a brilliant orator, has ignited a broad correlation that has a lasting impact. We have a new demographic emerging that is changing the South, explains Barber, who has received his bachelor's degree in political science from North Carolina Central University and a master's of divinity degree from Duke University.
Hello, my name is Barry Barnes. I am going to perform the poetry of Langston Hughes for you this evening. What does Langston Hughes have to do with Martin Luther King? Well, Langston Hughes wrote a poem called A Dream Deferred. And it goes, what happens to a dream deferred? Does it drag like a raisin in the sun? And this influenced a play called A Raisin in the Sun, which influenced Martin Luther King, the I Have a Dream speech, and the Civil Rights Movement. All right, let's do some Langston Hughes.
Sue
stories. Black slaves working in the hot sun. Black slaves walking in the dewy night. Black slaves singing sorrow songs on the bank of a mighty river. Mingle themselves softly in the flow of old Aunt Sue's voice. Mingle themselves softly in the dark shadows that cross and recross Aunt Sue's stories. And the dark-faced child knows that Aunt Sue's stories are real stories. He knows that Aunt Sue never got her stories out of any book at all, but that they've actually come out of her own life. And the dark-faced child knows the quiet of a summer evening listening to Aunt Sue's stories. Sun and softness. Sun and the beat and hardness of the earth. Sun and the song of all sun stars. Gather together, dark ones of Africa. I bring you my songs to sing on the Georgia road. I've known rivers as ancient as the world and older than the flow of human blood through human veins. My soul is grown deep like the rivers. I bathed in the Euphrates when dawns were young. I built my hut near the Congo and lulled me to sleep at night. I looked upon the Nile and raised the pyramids above it. I heard the singing of the Mississippi when Abe Lincoln went down to New Orleans. And I see this muddy bosom turn all golden in the sunset. I've known rivers, ancient dusky rivers. My soul has grown deep like the rivers. We have tomorrow right before us like a flame. Yesterday a night gone then, a sundown name. And dawn today, broad arch above the road we came. We march. What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun? Does it fester like a sore in a run? Does it stink like rotten meat? Or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Or does it sag like a heavy load? Or does it explode? Brothers and sisters come together despite their health, despite the weather. They come from all walks of life, tired of the hate, tired of the fight. You are my sister, you are my brother. I know this because the earth is our mother. We are connected in so many ways. To deny this will cause decay. Decay of the mind, decay of the body, decay of the soul, decay of the world as we know it today. You see, we are not different colors. We are different shades, a variation on the same theme. And this is why we celebrate, because there's only one race, the human race. Peace and love, we're all forever. Peace and love. Now if you could help me out with some clapping. Now when the bells of peace resound, we'll be standing on common ground, and I hope you are around. When the bells of peace resound, when they raise that flag of love, I'll be there to give you hugs. When the bells of peace resound, we'll be standing on common ground. Will you dry your mother's tears? Will you calm your father's fears? When the bells of peace resound, we'll be standing on common ground. All the hatred that I know will be swept on out the door. When the bells of peace resound, we'll be standing on common ground. Will you lift your brother's weight? Will you share your sister's fate? When the bells of peace resound, we'll be standing on common ground. When they break up all the bread, everybody will be fed. When the bells of peace resound, we'll be standing on common ground. When you rest your weary bones, you know you can use my home. When the bells of peace resound, we'll be standing on common ground. There'll be no more locks on doors. There'll be no more silly wars. When the bells of peace resound, we'll be standing on common ground. Let America be America again. Let it be the dream that it used to be. Let it be that pioneer on the plains seeking a home where he himself can be free. America never was America to me. Let America be the dream was dreamt. Let it be that great, strong land of love where never kings connive nor tyrants scheme. Let any man be crushed by one above. It never was America to me. Oh, let my land be a land where liberty is found. We know false patriotic greed, but opportunity is real, life is free. Equality is in the air that we breathe. There's never been equality for me, nor freedom in the so-called land of the free. Say, who are you that mumbles in the dark? And who are you that draws your veil across the stars? Why am the poor white, bold and pushed apart? I am the Negro bearing slavery scars. I am the red man driven from the land. I am the immigrant clutching the hope that I seek, and finding only the same old stupid plan of dog eat dog, or mighty crush the weak. I am the young man full of hope and strength, tangled in that ancient endless chain of profit, power, gain. Of grab the land, of grab the gold, of grab the ways to satisfy need. Of work the man, of take the land, owning everything for one's own greed. Why, I am the farmer, bondsman to me, surely not me. The millions aren't relieved today. The millions shot down in strike. The millions have nothing for our pay. For all the dreams we dreamt and all the songs we sung and all the hope we held and all the flags we hung. The millions have nothing for our pay except the dream that's almost dead today. Oh, let America be America again. The land that never was but must be. The land where every man is free. The land is mine. The poor man's, the Indians, the Negroes, me. The sweat and blood. Whose faith and pain. Whose hand in the fountain. Whose plow and rain must bring back that mighty dream again. Sure, call me any ugly name you choose, the still of freedom will not stain. From those who live like leeches on the people's lives, who must take back our land again, America. Oh yes, I say it plain, America never was America to me, yet I swear this oath America will be. Out of the rack and ruin of our gangster death, the rape and rotten graft has dealt the lies. We, the people, must redeem the lands, the mines, the rivers, the mountains, the endless plains, all the stretches of these great green states, to make America again. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Kevin Harrell, Executive Director of Student Services and Special Education.
And I'm Hayden Bell, an 11th grader at Lawrence High School.
And we are here to present the Martin Luther King Jr. Character Awards. This award is presented to students who demonstrate character through maintenance of integrity and the balance of respect and responsibility. Students who continue to model a compassion and positive influence at school and around their community.
Our first elementary finalist is Araminta D. of New York Elementary. She's a very encouraging classmate who always acknowledges others in her accomplishments or when she receives praise. She finds students at recess who need a peer to play with on the buddy bench and keeps them company.
Next is Nominees James, a second grader at New York Elementary. She is learning and applying the Courageous Conversation Protocol to discuss and resolve issues with her classmates. She has mastered each quadrant as the class learns them and begins to apply them in her learning immediately.
Solomon Sam is from Hillcrest Elementary. He consistently greets anyone he meets. He takes responsibility for his actions, always admitting his mistakes. He takes on the responsibility of helping others.
The MLK Elementary Character Award goes to Solomon Sam. Can't plan for those things. Now we are on to the finalists for the middle school MIK Character Awards.
Our first finalist is Ada Whistler at West Middle School. She's known to greet her teachers daily as well as her peers. She has worked to build her courage as a student leader. The evidence of her growth is in her running for student council.
Justin, or JT Masters, is a student at Liberty Memorial Central. His peers recognize him as very kind and helpful. He is a trusted friend who engages with his classmates in a positive, uplifting way.
Olivia Kennedy is also a student at Liberty Memorial Central. She is defined as gracious, and a natural leader. She works to better herself in the classroom and all her extracurricular activities, and in the process betters those around her.
Tonight's middle school character award recipient is Olivia Kennedy.
It's now time to honor our high school character award finalists.
Our first finalist, Armando Gaeta of Lawrence High, demonstrates perseverance and determination as he handles adversity with a positive attitude. He continues to set goals and display empathy and compassion for those in need, volunteering at Just Food.
Caitlin Hollenshed is a student at Free State and serves as board member of Can We Talk. As a survivor of burn trauma, she uses the experience to strengthen her character and leadership. Her consistent character shines through many other organizations she volunteers.
member of the Halo Club. She maintains a safe and respectful environment and serves as an advocate to her classmates and surrounding community.
Ladies and gentlemen, our high school MLK Character Award goes to Caitlin Hollinshed.
Congratulations to our MLK Character Award finalists and overall recipients. I hope that you continue to display positive influence on the world around you in every interaction for years to come.
Coming to the stage, we have Cade Weiner, who will be sharing our next cultural moment, followed by recognition of MLK Heart of Service Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Cade Weiner. Candy Mossett is a member of, Candy Mossett, Native female activist. Candy Mossett is a member of Mandan Hidessa and Arikara Nations. Mossett is a passionate climate change activist who is a young voice on the global environmental stage. Earlier this year, the Energy Action Coalition and other groups brought over 8,000 activists, including high school and college students, to Pittsburgh for a Power Shift conference to energize the growing youth movement to address the global warming and environmental injustice. One of the leaders of this movement is 34-year-old Candy Mossett. Mossett was born in North Dakota and raised in an area known today as Fort Berthold Reservation. Mossett earned a degree in natural resource and park management from the University of North Dakota. Mossett became the Tribal Campus Climate Change organizer in 2007. She works with over 30 tribal colleges on projects ranging from recycling programs and community tree plantings to small-scale community solar panel installations and community gardens. That's all.
Good evening. I'm Terry McEwen, Director of Assessment, Research, and Accountability.
And I'm Sylvia Oparji, a 5th grader at Prairie Park Elementary School, and we are here to present the Martin Luther King Jr. Heart of Service Award.
This award is presented to an individual or group that is making a significant impact in the community, someone who provides consistent service that impacts the community and the individual while exemplifying humility, integrity, commitment, and courage.
Our student nominee is Spencer Bentley of West Middle School. Spencer is a perfect example of what it means to serve others. He has committed his last 2 birthdays to collecting soccer gear for disadvantaged players in South Africa.
Spencer has also been known to walk throughout his neighborhood carrying trash bags just in case he passes trash he can collect. The Lawrence Humane Society has also benefited from his donated proceeds collected through lemonade stands.
To Spencer, giving and serving are simply a part of his being, yet he never believes he has done enough to help out.
It is with pleasure that we honor tonight's recipient of the MLK Heart of Service Award, Spencer Bentley.
very honored to receive this award. Thank you to the person or people who nominated me and to the One Dream Committee for providing the opportunity for members of the community to receive these awards. One of the biggest impacts on my life has been traveling to South Africa and meeting kids who love soccer as much as I do. I realized how fortunate I am and wanted to donate soccer equipment so they could have the same opportunities to play at their best. I learned that even a young person can make a difference in the lives of others. Thank you.
Now for our staff nominees for the MLK's Heart of Service Award. First, we recognize Mrs. Audrey Trowbridge, a Free State High School social worker who created a nonprofit titled Royalty We Are Incorporated, which collected shoes to raise money to be awarded as a scholarship to an adult seeking to return and finish college.
Our second nominee for district staff is Mr. Danny Boone Salazar, Lawrence High Security Guard. Danny goes above and beyond the job description of a security guard, offering his services as a translator for Spanish-speaking parents who come to communicate with office staff at school.
Next is Mr. Mark Pruitt, an assistant principal at Lawrence High School. A compassionate leader, Mr. Pruitt deeply cares for the school community, advocates for students through the creation of a variety of clubs to represent the diverse student body, spearheads equity projects, and seeks ways for the student voice to be represented and heard.
Tonight's district staff recipient of the 2018 MLK Heart of Service Award is Mr. Mark Pruitt.
Now for our community nominees for the MLK Heart of Service Award. First, we recognize Ms. Marla Jackson, who is a community-based visual art educator. Marla's narrative quilts are inspired by the oral histories of her ancestors and have been exhibited in over 35 national and international venues, including the Smithsonian's National Museum of African American History and Culture.
Our next nominee is Mrs. Val Howland, a retired kindergarten teacher after 30 years. Upon her retirement, she found Zion International Ministries, with which she has been able to travel abroad to teach and give support through distribution of supplies, smiles, hugs, and handshakes. Tonight's recipient has impacted our community by inspiring students to enter the field of education and continues to give back on both a local and global scale. Tonight's community recipient of the MLK Heart of Service Award is Mrs. Val Howland. Unfortunately, Mrs. Howland is unable to be here today to celebrate with us. Here to accept her award in her stead is Mrs. Krista Hoy.
Hold on. No, I don't want the stool. Okay, I teach kindergartners, so bear with me. First of all, I want to thank my Heavenly Father, Jesus Christ, for giving me a life to live every day. I thank my husband, family, and friends for their love and support throughout the chapters in my book of life. I wish to thank the One Dream Committee of Lawrence Public Schools and my nominators for this beautiful opportunity and tribute. All of my life, I have always believed in the power of one. I believe that each person has within themselves tremendous gifts and abilities to make the world a better place. Everything we do affects not only us, but all the people within our sphere of influence. Many times we are not even aware of this. It all starts with the belief within ourselves that we are capable and able to champion a cause we believe in. During my many years of teaching kindergarten in the Lawrence Public Schools, one of the stories I loved to read to my students was "The Little Engine That Could." "I think I can" became the slogan within my classroom. Upon retirement, it was my opportunity to walk the talk. I am proof that with God, all things are possible. I have received much love during my lifetime, and therefore it is easy for me to give it away. Therefore, I challenge you to live free of past mistakes, live loved, and walk forward as a champion of change. Always remember, I think I can, and God bless us all. Thank you.
Congratulations to all of our Heart and Service finalists and overall recipients. LaMonica Ephraim will come at this time to share our next cultural moment. Following her reading, Miss Wan Tai will share her talents in a very special Chinese classical dance. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming LaMonique and Miss Tai.
Lucas Benitez was born in Mexico. At age 17, he moved to Immokalee, Florida to work in the tomato fields. Mr. Benitez was not happy over the mistreatment, lousy pay, and back-breaking working conditions. Florida growers produce almost half of the nation's 1.3 billion annual tomato crop. As co-founder of the Coalition of Immokalee Workers, or CIW, Benitez has become a leader in the struggle to end exploitation in America's agricultural fields. Benitez helped organize a strike of more than 3,000 Mexican, Central American, and Haitian workers. CIW scored its first major victory in 2005 when Taco Bell agreed to improve wages and working conditions in response to the Nationals consumer boycott. Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Wan. I'm going to perform a Chinese classical dance tonight. In his 1963 book, Strength to Love, Dr. King said, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that." I hope my dance can bring light and a greater understanding between people of different backgrounds and cultures. Thank you.
Good evening. I am Darcy Krause, Director of Elementary School Support.
And I'm Charity Bittinger, a 5th grader at Deerfield Elementary. And we are here to present the Martin Luther King Jr. Dreamers Award.
This award is presented to students and adults who have the courage to envision change and encourage change among friends, family, and their community. These finalists have a unique talent to affect change and improve the world around them.
Our first student nominee is Luther Fuller, a Lawrence High student. As a member of the local chapter of the National Federation of the Blind, Luther has attended local, state, and national conferences to demonstrate the use of Braille and accessible technology. He has used his knowledge to offer feedback to improve company apps for those with disabilities.
Madison Gray attends West Middle School and has an incredible commitment to achieving academic excellence in order to gain a collegiate wrestling scholarship. She is seen as an inspiration to many females through her success in a male-dominated sport.
Zoe Rose is also a student of West Middle School with a strong sense of morals. She continues to approach students to discuss inappropriate actions and behaviors with regards to equity. Her far-reaching ideas have led her teachers to believe she will create real change in the community.
And the MLK Dreamers Award goes to Zoe Rose.
Woo!